for everybody. Next up, I have a couple of training balls, starting with the Lightning Mini Training Balls by Lithos Pickleball. This was definitely a change of pace for me, no pun intended, and these are basically tiny, lightweight training balls meant for hand speed drills. These come in with a pack of 5 for $18 after the discount code PBMedicine10, and depending on where you look, it puts them around the same price or even just a little bit cheaper than most regular sized pickleballs, so let's talk pros and cons here. These are obviously significantly smaller than regular sized pickleballs, and significantly lighter as well. Weighing these myself, each individual ball weighed roughly 0.15 ounces, compared to the 0.9 ounces I measured for a used Dura and 1.0 ounces for a used Vulcan. I've brought these out in drilling sessions multiple times now, and people sort of laugh at me and then they're like, oh, you're serious. In terms of pros, there are a few benefits in the way that these play compared to normal pickleballs for training purposes. The first of which is that they do indeed feel faster at the kitchen line, which is probably a combination of the small size and the less compressible construction, making them pop super fast off the paddle face. Another training benefit, or con depending on how you look at it, is that for a person like me, these were actually a little hard to see when playing with, so it really made me focus on the ball and be very intentional where I place my paddle in order to make good contact. The third pro that I noticed is that even after a few times drilling with these, they seem to be holding their shape and speed very well. If I put them all in a row here to see, there are really only 2 balls that I can tell I've actually played with, since just the logo seems to be wearing down on those a little. Granted, the periods of times I've used these to drill have been maybe 10 to 15 minutes in duration, so I'm not playing with these all day, but still. When hitting with these balls, there's basically no recoil or feel coming into the paddle, and they come back at you so quickly that it teaches you really not to overswing and put too much effort into your counters or you'll get burned. This is probably good for people who hit speed ups or counters and get caught not expecting the ball to come back on follow-up shots. I could also fit all 5 of these from one pack into one pocket while I was drilling, which was actually pretty nice to be able to grab the next ball and not have to chase down the others quite so frequently. One big thing to note is that these don't really bounce very well, so if you wanted to do a little dinking into speed-ups type drill, these probably aren't going to work for that. And not that you would want to use them for this anyways, but they don't seem to be that great for maintaining their speed past the kitchen area, so incorporating them into drills where you drive from the baseline doesn't seem to be a good option either. Basically, these lightning balls seem to serve one purpose and one purpose only, and that's what they were made for, which are hand speed drills. They do also seem very durable, so as long as you don't lose them, they're likely to last a long time. But if you're a person who doesn't like to drill a lot, I doubt you're going to want to go from not drilling to drilling in such a niche way, but this might be a nice tool to add if you're a person who drills already and wants to add another